consideration. Therefore, it is possible to create something, a musical instrument, in which the musician always experiences new surprises, creative innovations, depending on mood, climate, temperature. That is possible because it is not a mass-produced, but an individually produced instrument. I also thought the first one was better.
This one does sound better.
But this one was better.
Ich finde auch 1 und 4.
Yes.
I have always loved Bechstein because of its tenderness, its tender singing tone. Forcefulness is definitely outweighed by the singing aspect. A percussive instrument might be very effective, but I far prefer a singing grand over a percussive one.
Moi, je dois dire que je préfère de loin un piano qui chante à un piano percutant. La première idée qui vient à l'esprit quand on aime Bechstein,
if you love Bechstein, then you dream first of all of being able to play Mozart, Chopin, Schubert, and Beethoven on it, because Bechstein offers so many nuances and possibilities for each and every note, and you can hear the underlying tone.
On entend quelque chose derrière la note.
I must admit that since the Bechstein is so very beautiful, it almost makes my heart ache when I have to play something so aggressive and violent, like this Prokofiev concerto. And yet on this piano, you can offer an excellent interpretation of the passionate, dramatic passages in the second concerto, which is also a bit romantic.
This is a totally new generation. And this new generation also has something to do with the artists, the pianists of today, who have certain expectations, both musical and in terms of playing technique. And we have to meet these expectations. In comparison to the way a grand piano was built 50 or 100 years ago, they now have more volume, more brilliance, and the instruments still must have enormous diversity in the area of dynamics, from pianissimo to fortissimo, and also the ability to express nuances.
Im Dynamikbereich von diesem Pianissimo zum Fortissimo und auch Nuancierungsfähigkeit. Ja, diese Ton.
The pianist must always be able to vary the tone as it is created. And I think that especially the sound itself should continue to surprise the pianist again and again. This chance to create a sound should be an inspiration, whether for us or for the musician himself.
Das soll also schon diese Inspiration sein, sei es für uns wie auch also für den Musiker selbst.
What first moves me with an instrument is the poetry of the sound. For me, music is poetry. I have no use for an instrument that simply functions and is well tuned. I want an instrument that takes me to another world. And it's also to some extent my artistic intention to transport my audience as well. If an instrument has the artistic ability to suggest this other world, then it's magnificent. Well, let's see, the general shape is right.
And what do you expect in terms of sound?
An absolute improvement. We definitely want to be better than all the competitors.
In terms of material, the plate is very good. This has to do with the plate's sound conduction velocity. The vibration is carried everywhere. This transmission is a very important quality since sound is a mix. It is not a pure tone. That would be very sterile. Instead, a mixture has to be produced, made up of different frequencies.
This one appears to be well cast.
Look, if you try here, it vibrates incredibly well. The vibration here is very beautiful.
This sounds really good.
I found out yesterday how much this model cost. 18,000 euros. It could make you dizzy.
Each year we invest about 1.5 million euros in further developments, although we have actually completed our product range. That shows that we know that either we continually improve, sometimes only a few tiny percentage points, but we are constantly striving further toward perfection, or else we could walk up right now and say, okay, that's it.
Yes, it is also important who controls the company. If it is a bank group, they have no idea what it's all about. Or is the company run by people who have a real relationship to music? With Bechstein, you can tell that the company is run by people who know something about music. So let's try it out. It's the best way to get an impression whether we did our work well and what we could do even better. If the first piano sounds like that, then that's good. If that weren't the case with the first one, then we'd have a real problem to solve. But this is just a matter of details.
What I wanted to say is that in the upper register, in the duplex scale, I don't know how you all feel about it, but I think there could be more of the harmonic vibrations. I think we should do a little more with that.
I give the artist brushes and color so he can paint a picture. I try to prepare the right brushes, all the brushes that he'll want, the entire palette that he'll be looking for. That is the job of a concert technician who works for a pianist.
The festival was started 28 years ago. Today it's very well established. About 100 pianists perform here each season.